Hi, I'm Frankie, and Cheyenne is not here today, but we are still Conbini Cult. So Cheyenne went to the States for a couple weeks, so I am recording an episode not alone. I do have a special guest. So we'll introduce her in a second. But yeah, this is just going to be a bonus episode, and then for the next episode, Cheyenne will be back with us. So no worries, we are still Conbini Cult. But okay, let's have our special guest. Woo! So this is our special guest, Rosa. So could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. So as Frankie said, my name is Rosa, but we've been friends about maybe 5 years.
Yeah, we used to work together when I was teaching English at a preschool in Osaka. Yes. So that's how we met, but we're still friends.
Yes, and I've been living here about maybe almost 5 years, I would say. But
I think it's over 5 years at this point.
I feel.
Yeah, it's like February.
If I add the time that I was a student, right, as well. Because I was a student for 1 year.
True, yeah.
Not as long as you, but you know, it's been fun living here. And that's why I'm here, because I also have experience in strange things that happened.
Yeah. So for this bonus episode, our topic is along the lines of just the most random things that you would only see in Japan. So we will get into that later, but we usually start these episodes with a word of the day. So I want to ask you, do you have any favorite Japanese words?
My favorite word is komorebi.
Oh, the sunlight?
Yes, the filtering sunlight through the leaves.
Through the leaves, yeah.
Yeah, the reason I like that word is because we don't have that word in Spanish or in English. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's such a beautiful word to have.
Yeah, I like that word. The word that I was going to say was just tsuyu, because we're in the middle of rainy season right now.
Yeah, so, tsuyu.
Yeah. So the kanji for tsuyu, it's like ume, like plum, and then rain. So I like the kanji for it as well.
So nice.
Tsuyu. But don't get that confused with men tsuyu, which is the noodle dipping sauce. So
delicious.
It's a different kind of tsuyu.
Yeah, humid is never delicious.
Yeah. Rainy season is not delicious. I get migraines. But anyway, so yeah, let's get into the topic. So the reason I have you here for this topic is because the whole story started with something that we saw when we were together.
Right.
Do you remember this? Like, we were getting Thai food for lunch, and then we were in a building that has just like random shops and restaurants. I don't know if I would describe it as a shopping mall, because there's not like clothing stores, but just a building that has a bunch of businesses in it. And we went to the restroom, and what did we see in there?
There was a sign, it looked like a wanted poster, because it had surveillance footage screenshotted.
Not even a screenshot. It was a picture of the screen that was showing the security footage. Yeah, not even a screenshot, like a picture of that screen.
What struck to me was it was an old woman. So I'm like, what crime could this sweet old lady have committed? I was like, we need to read this.
Yeah. So we look at the text on the poster, and it said, do not, okay, so this lady, I don't know if it was a man or a woman. It was hard to see because they were wearing a mask, and I think it was in the winter, so they had like a big coat on and everything.
I assume it was a woman because it was next to
the women's restroom. True. We need a man to go in there and find out if the poster's in there too.
Yes, we need more evidence.
Yeah. But okay, so basically it said, if you are the person who illegally dumped your toaster oven, please contact us. We are holding the footage.
Couldn't they just have said no illegal dumping in the restroom like that?
Yeah, that's enough. They're still holding the footage. Maybe they're still holding the toaster oven, but
they have it hostage.
Yeah, that just cracked us up because it's so random. I can't think of anywhere else besides Japan that you would see this.
We've traveled a little bit, I would say, and I don't know. I don't think I would see that in China or even anywhere in Europe or
in the US.
No.
But it kind of reminded me of in New York City, like there was a flower shop near my university, and I guess some people had stolen flowers or something, because there was like a picture of this person
Right.
that was posted at the flower shop. Like, you're not welcome here anymore.
Well, we have that, like, there was a comic book store by where I lived, and there was...
In Florida?
Yeah, in Florida. And there was a bunch of wanted, like, picture styles where they put people who had shoplifted.
Yeah.
So they have that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah. So this kind of reminded me of a shoplifting poster, but the person didn't shoplift. They just illegally dumped their toaster oven. And I was actually back at that Thai restaurant the other day because I had a doctor's appointment in the area. So then I saw that the poster is still up in the restroom. Nearly 2 years later, it's still there.
Do you think they'll remove it?
Not until the toaster oven bandit shows themselves.
I imagine that she saw that poster and she's like, I'm never coming to this shopping center again.
I wouldn't.
She's on the run.
Yeah.
She has moved prefectures.
So, yeah. I asked people on Instagram if they could share some of their stories about just something that made them do a double take. That's just so only in Japan.
So out there.
Type of thing. And I don't mean the stuff that's like, oh, the streets are so clean. The public restrooms are free. Like, not that kind of stuff. I mean something so
out there.
out there.
Yeah, usually people are like, wow, it's so quiet. It's so clean.
Yeah.
People are so nice.
We know this, but right, that's not what I was looking for this time. But don't worry, we got some very good stories. So
I'm looking forward to
yes, I would love to get your reaction to these. So usually how we do it with me and Cheyenne, like we read the entries, but then of course, you might have some comments on it. It might remind you of something that happened in your experience as well. So yeah, feel free to share it. If you're reminded of anything, feel free to share it.
If I get some flashbacks, I'll let you know.
Okay. So a few people said the classic how to use the toilet signs.
Which one?
The ones in the restroom with illustrations that are like, don't squat on the Western style toilet.
I've seen so many variations
don't do acrobatics in there.
I've seen ones with
no gymnastics.
with mascots, with like, what's the story here?
Yeah. I have we're looking at an illustration right now. So all of these, like a few people had mentioned signs that they saw. So if there's anything that does have a sign, I'm going to make a Google Doc that has the pictures because I don't want the people who are just listening to miss out on anything. So in the show notes, I'm going to link this Google Doc that has the photos.
Right.
It is a pet peeve of mine if you're listening to a podcast and like they're talking about something that you clearly need to be watching on YouTube to get the context of. That bugs me. So I'm not going to do that to you guys. But yeah, you can see these images later. But basically, can you describe this one? How to use the toilet.
The toilet's there, right? So they're facing the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
They're standing on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're squatting while holding onto the wall.
But the way it is in this image, it looks like if they pooped, it would just go straight out onto the floor.
It wouldn't go to the toilet. And like their knees are pressed against the wall too.
Yes. So they're squatting, but like, yeah, on the opposite way, like facing the toilet bowl, the tank,
yes.
Toilet tank.
They're like straddling the toilet.
Yeah. And then there's other stuff about like putting the toilet paper in the trash. Like, you can put it in the toilet. It's not going to affect the sewage system. So yeah. But some of them are just, these toilet illustrations. It always makes me laugh when I see them. Because obviously somebody has done it.
There has to be a reason why they would post these. And sometimes they're out of hand. Like, they try to say it in English as well, or Chinese and Korean. Mm-hmm. I can't confirm that the other languages are correct, but sometimes the English, even that cracks me up.
But yeah, these just make me laugh because they put up these posters for a reason. So obviously somebody has done this before.
Should we try it? See how it works? Just the positions.
I think I'm going to fall and fracture my spine.
We're wearing shoes. Like, who would put their shoes on, like, the toilet seat in this country?
I don't know, man. Okay. For the next one, the story is a little bit longer.
Right.
So, okay. This person says, I spent 3 months in Kyoto learning Japanese and lived in a little apartment there. I had to change a light bulb at one point. I'd been meticulous about following the trash rules, so wanted to be sure I disposed of it correctly. Spent hours searching what to do with it and eventually asked the building manager, who told me to throw it with the non-burnable trash. I followed that advice, and I guess it was wrong because a couple days later I saw this light bulb on the ground next to the non-burnable bin. Only in Japan would other people make decisions about how to sort other people's trash.
Oh my.
It stayed there and haunted me for weeks until I moved out. I felt so bad, but I didn't know what else I could have possibly done. I've heard lots of stories of Oji-chan and Oba-chan who will passive-aggressively sort other people's trash.
I mean, that's never happened to me, but we have friends that totally has happened to.
Yeah, I immediately thought of a story with one of our friends who had a very intrusive building manager.
Yeah.
But I don't even think this guy was the building manager. He just took it upon himself to like sort out the affairs of the building. Like he was not the landlord.
He was getting paid, right, for his work?
No, I think it was his hobby.
He just volunteered.
Yeah.
Like some kind of strange HOA kind of situation.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he was appointed that position by the landlord.
Self-appointed.
Just,
Goodness.
so what did this guy do to her trash?
He would physically check the trash every time she put the trash down there and go through.
Opening the trash bags.
Yeah.
And going through everything that
Even
was in there.
Even burnable garbage.
Yeah.
Which is, oh
like
my goodness.
food.
So
But
intrusive.
also like menstrual products. So at that point, she was like, no, I'm done.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to like call the police. Like he is, who knows what he's doing with this trash? Like that's such an invasion of privacy back home. Like,
yeah, I
But-
don't know.
I think we'd never have that problem back home, but not like that. It's very specific, right? Like people do go through garbage when they're homeless or something like that, or other situations. But to go through garbage because you want to check what
It's being sorted properly.
it's such a specific thing.
Yeah, I don't know. But the garbage people, if they just glancing at the trash bag, because usually they're white or clear, so you can kind of get an idea of what's inside. I don't think you're allowed to. I mean, sometimes municipalities have their own specific trash bag that you have to buy in order to put out your trash. In Osaka, at least the places I've lived, it's been pretty lenient, but you need a white or a clear trash bag. You can't use black trash bags.
I never really even seen black trash bags unless
Yeah, I don't think they commonly sell them here.
they're the ones like you get at the convenience store.
Oh, if you buy like a personal
Yeah.
item, they put it in a black or a silver bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like for privacy reasons. But they'll like do it for like pads, things like that.
Yeah, condoms and stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah, but the trash people, when they're collecting it, they can kind of see what's in there. So if there's something there that obviously should not go out on that day, like a burnable garbage, if they see like a bunch of plastic bottles or something in there, they might just leave it on the street and like put a sticker on it that says, you can't throw this stuff away.
Yeah.
So those are the people whose actual job it is.
But sometimes I've observed that they'll do that, but sometimes it'll stay there for months.
Like if the person who improperly
Mhm.
sorted their trash like doesn't pick it up.
Yeah, it'll just stay there. And I've experienced this, like, I lived in a building and in front of it, like, someone left, like, a full futon. And, like, it'll rain and, like, it's all crusty, dusty, and musty, and it's still there, like, 5 months later. And I'm like, who is gonna...
Yeah.
Maybe they, like, moved out and just dumped it there, because it's really hard to, like, dump large objects. But I'm just like, now it's an eyesore.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So... Yeah, I should have talked about this when we were talking about the toaster oven thing.
Yeah.
So it can be a hassle to throw away broken or unwanted appliances and pieces of furniture. So a lot of times people will dump them in random places. Like, have you ever walked by an abandoned house like in the middle of the city?
It's full.
Full of garbage.
Any abandoned house.
Yeah.
That's why I say...
Like not from the people who lived in that abandoned house. Like random people will come and like dump the garbage because they don't want to go to City Hall and like go through the trouble of paying to dispose of it and then scheduling a time. So yeah,
it's a prevalent problem.
Mhm.
Like I feel like they should just have places that you can go dump things, but sometimes they're really far.
Yeah.
Like back home, I could just like drive somewhere and like dump everything. There's like a dump.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't even have a car to begin with, so that's another thing.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Some things are too big to dump, right? Like if you got a new fridge and you don't want your fridge anymore, you should give it away. Wasting is bad.
Well, yeah, but what if it's broken?
That's true. No. But yeah, the illegal dumping is quite... That's why I laugh when people are like, oh, everyone in Japan doesn't litter. They follow all the rules. Sometimes there's some dumping.
I mean...
There's a little secret.
The public persona and the secret persona.
Yes.
You might find some garbage in the bush or something. It won't be on the street. It might be somewhere else.
It's like behind the bush. It's a treasure hunt.
Yeah. Since we're on the topic of illegal dumping, somebody said, I went for a little hike to Oiwa Shrine in Kyoto, and someone dumped a whole refrigerator right next to the no dumping sign. So Oiwa Shrine is an abandoned shrine in Kyoto, and it's on a small mountain, so you have to hike a little bit to get there.
How did they get it there?
By car, probably. But hang on, because they sent me a picture of it.
The poor fridge.
Okay, so here you can see, don't worry, these photos will be in the Google Doc. So you can see that there's a sign that says, don't illegally dump your garbage here. And there is a big full-size refrigerator right next to the sign.
Facing down. I guess it fell. Well, at least they put it down so it wouldn't like get knocked over.
Maybe somebody else knocked it over. Who knows?
Oh, it's not the only thing. There's like luggages.
This looks like the seat of a car. Not like a baby car seat, but like a whole like passenger seat or driver's. I don't know how this happened. But yeah, that fridge is not the only garbage that was dumped.
Plastic container. There. They kind of created a dumping zone. And is that a chair? An office chair wheel?
No idea. It looks like... Is it a shopping cart?
Yes.
Who knows? There's a lot of stuff that was illegally dumped at Oiwa Shrine that this person saw. So... Yeah, but the disrespect right next to the sign.
And a shrine.
Yeah. Even though it's an abandoned shrine.
Like, imagine dumping things right next to a church. You would be like, oh,
yeah,
kind of rude.
Yes. Yup. Okay. All right. The next one, I'm going to show you the sign before we talk about it.
Right. It's another picture.
This cracked me up.
You were going to say?
Okay. So this is kind of the building was similar to the one where we saw the toaster oven thing. So just a building that has restaurants and some random shops. But there is a sign with a photo of...
You took this picture.
No, someone sent it to me.
Someone sent it.
So there is one person bent over and one person standing behind them. And the sign says, no sex, with a bunch of exclamation points. They're very specific. And right under it, and there's also like a red circle with a line going through it. Like, no, don't do this. And right under it, there's an illustration of somebody slapping someone else. And it says, no fighting.
What is that?
Is this maybe Portuguese?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. No fighting in English, Portuguese, and Japanese. So what happened in this building? People are like fornicating and slapping each other.
They didn't translate the no sex in every language, though, which makes me think, what are they trying to say?
Yeah, exactly. The person who sent it to me, they said the same thing. They're like, who did they catch doing it in there? Because it's only in English.
Oh, my.
But the other one, why did they... I've never seen Portuguese on a sign like this.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, not that common of a language to hear in Japan, maybe.
What?
Actually, no.
Do you have
what am I even saying? I'm stupid. There's so many Brazilians in Japan.
Yeah. Depends on the area.
Yeah.
What area is it?
Nagoya.
There's a lot of Brazilians there. And Shiga.
Yeah, I knew about Shiga.
I heard there's a lot of...
Forgive me for my stupid comment. There are so many Brazilian people in Japan. So yeah. It makes sense for there to be Portuguese.
It's still uncommon to see Portuguese, but...
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
But I mean, not for this situation. Is this just some random building?
Yeah. So what is going on in there when the sun goes down?
They have some
It's a lawless land.
illegal activities. Not what I expected. I mean, it happens. People do that. It's unexpected in Japan. Like, it's not the thing that you would think would happen.
Yeah. I don't know.
Doesn't seem so romantic in the random building.
Yeah.
Must have been the building manager walked in on them or something.
Yeah, or like security footage or something like that.
Security footage makes sense.
Because of that, they wouldn't be able to screenshot that.
God. That's right, no sites for that one.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Okay. Someone said, seeing a sign warning people not to feed the cats that felt very targeted towards one cat. So here's the picture.
Do not feed. It's like a little black cat. It's a sandwich.
Yeah. The do not feed the cats. But you can see the actual cat. The real cat is right under the sign. So it feels like, do not feed this cat.
So cute.
The cat is so cute. It's a black cat with green eyes. A little cutie.
I don't think I would feed it a sandwich,
But so in English it says do not feed the cats. But if you read the Japanese, it says like do not give the cat human food.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I guess in this case the translation is not 100% accurate because the English doesn't convey what the Japanese does. So it makes sense in this case.
Yeah.
Don't feed that cat human food.
I think the sandwich helps because
that's true.
You can give it food.
Yeah.
Like cat
maybe
food.
some cat treats, but don't give it a whole panini.
Like this cat is eating better than I do. He's got a whole panini. Slice. Yeah. It's a tiny little cat too.
All right. Something else you would only see in Japan. Young kids, kindergarten or slightly older, traveling on their own. Still shocks me, to be honest.
When I first saw it, I was like, somebody needs to come and help this child. Where are their parents?
Yeah. That surprised me when I first saw it too. But it is very common for, I think, by elementary school, they might be commuting to school on their own, taking the train.
Yes. That's still very shocking to me. I was with my Japanese friend.
Maybe kindergarten too, I'm not sure. But I know for sure elementary school.
At least elementary school.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen kindergarten. There are only like 5 or 6, so I hope not. I mean,
I don't know. It depends on the area, I guess. But
like, I guess if they can walk to school. No, I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm a kindergarten teacher, by the way. So I wouldn't. My class is like 5 to 6 years old. I wouldn't really trust them to cross the street, to be honest. But like the trust that they put in children here is just really
the responsibility.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they're doing something right because it's good for transportation and becoming independent. But just my anxiety wouldn't let me do that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think only in Japan.
No, like I think even if I became a parent here, like I don't know if I would let my child like travel the train by themselves. I'm paranoid. Yeah. What would you do?
Yeah, I don't know if I would either because I'm also very anxious.
Yeah. Like, I feel like my mom was very like that with me too. Like she wouldn't let me. I think until middle school. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I've also adapted that parenting style.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Another one is a vending machine of onions and tomatoes.
I feel like it would be easier to say what they don't have on a vending machine here.
That's true, right? Like almost anything you can think of. Because the one right under this is used underwear. That thing really exists.
I mean, I've seen steaks.
Like
meat.
Ah, yeah. I've seen like frozen meat in a vending machine before.
Like looks pretty good quality meat. Like I can't confirm because I wasn't going to buy like meat from the vending machine.
In the pictures, it looks good.
Yes, it looked like, wow, this is actually like yakiniku style meat.
Yeah.
In this vending machine.
I did get it once, but I didn't realize it was frozen. Because I thought I was going to get a hot meal.
Oh my.
From the vending machine.
Another thing.
And then it ended up being frozen.
You took it home?
Well, I was staying at a hotel, so I had to like microwave it, but it wasn't good.
That's so sad.
Yeah. So be careful. If it doesn't specify that it's hot food, it might be frozen.
Yeah, don't just buy anything you find on a vending machine.
Yeah. In Namba in Osaka, near like the big Don Quixote that's near Dotonbori, there's a bug vending machine.
Bug, like real bugs.
Yeah. Well, I think they're probably not alive, but
Oh, okay. Like
maybe for people who collect bugs or something. I don't know if they're alive or not, actually.
like preserved, like taxidermied. They're not.
I imagine that they were preserved bugs,
Yeah.
but there's only one way to find out. Should we
Should
get
we?
one?
I'm down as long as it's not a cockroach. Any bug, I'm fine with.
Yeah, depends on the price, but
Beetle is nice.
yeah, next time we go to Namba.
But back to
check
the
it out.
underwear thing.
Yeah, we can't skip over the underwear thing
No.
so easily. Have you ever seen
I
a,
saw
a
it
used panty vending machine?
in Tokyo, in what's it, Kabukicho.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen from afar. I didn't really want to get close because I'm like, people are gonna think I'm strange if I'm just walking up to that used panty machine. You know, like what kind of person am I if I even get close to the panty machine? But like my friend pointed it out to me. He's like, look, it's there, and I'm like, geez.
Okay, so they do exist.
Yeah, I was like,
I've
how do you
heard
know?
so much about them, but I've never seen one.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hidden
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Like you gotta know where it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
like in Kabukicho, I was like, wow.
Not that I'm looking for one.
No.
It's just you hear so much about it.
a coincidence. Not only that, like, do you know like erogacha?
Oh, the adult like gacha
Yeah,
thingies, the capsule toys.
yeah.
It's not toys, but they have panties, but they're not used.
No.
They're new panties.
No, I tried some in Osaka. Like, do you know Shinsekai around there?
Mhm. Oh yeah, it's like a mystery one.
It's
But
like
you know that it's like adult.
it's red or black,
Mhm.
and like you can't see inside it.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And it's like 500 yen.
Mhm.
And like me and my friends were like, we have to try it. We have to try it.
What did you get?
I got a thong, and then like a pink thong that
Oh.
doesn't even fit me.
Oh.
It's like the smallest size. And then my friend got like a jelly booby, like you know, like those squish toys,
Oh, like the stress ball kind of thingies?
but it's a boob.
Okay.
So I feel like they're like filled with those kind of toys, like you know, like genitals shape, or like
Okay.
I wouldn't think there's a straight up vibrator or something like
Mhm.
that.
It's too cheap for that.
Yeah, just like
It's like 500 yen, right?
just things children shouldn't have, I suppose.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have like a boobie or like a little pee-pee they can squish. No.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
Okay. Okay, the next one is a little bit darker.
Oh my.
So I had posted my story about the toaster oven bandit and asked for, similar, not similar, but you know what I mean, stuff that also was just random. So the person said, not funny like your story, but how a polar bear was out in Ueno Zoo in open air on a 38-degree day.
Oh.
A polar bear?
A polar bear?
A polar bear?
The
Yeah.
zoos?
I don't think I've been to any zoos here, but most zoos are pretty sad, aren't they?
I haven't been to the Ueno Zoo specifically, but
Yeah.
I've been to the one in Osaka, like Nifuro. You know Nifuro? It's like by Pampaku, like the Lalaport with
Oh, I
Taiyo-san.
didn't even know there was a zoo there.
Yeah, but it's kind of like aquarium zoo situation. And like,
Oh, the one that's like right in the mall.
yes,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've walked past it.
Yeah.
I remember now.
they have penguins, but like Arctic
In the heat?
Arctic penguins. Yeah, it's not really cold in there.
Oh no.
It's just room temperature.
Oh no.
So I was like, oh, and seals. Yeah.
Oh my.
So I was like, and it's quite compact.
Mhm.
It's quite compact.
Yeah.
So the animals are pretty like close to each other. Like, you know, you'll see the regular animals like capybara or like random critters like reptiles.
Yeah.
And then as you move, you're like, oh, there's some penguins in here.
Oh no.
Why was the polar bear in not the right environment?
In the open air.
That's a bit sad.
On a 38-degree day.
Are there no zoologists there being like, excuse me, this is not the environment for these animals?
Maybe not.
But this happens a lot because it reminds me of that time I went to the mall. And
the pet shops you might see some exotic animals in there.
Yes. So I'm from Costa Rica. I was born there. So we have very like rare tropical animals. And some of our rarest animals are monkeys. We have this species that's like a finger monkey. It's very tiny. And they're endangered.
Would it fit on your finger?
Yeah, it can hug your finger. So they're endangered and it's illegal to trade them because they're like a colony animal. They need to be in groups to survive and to like be happy. So I went to that store and they had one, and by itself.
Oh my gosh.
By itself in like a small, they're used to living on trees and like rather large trees. They hardly leave the trees. They hardly touch the ground, to be honest. So I was like, how did it get here? Poachers. And I also saw a macaw, which is quite, it's pretty rare, but I don't know the laws about the macaw, like how rare it is, because nowadays I see them quite often, but I'm pretty sure.
Are they endangered?
They are hunted a lot because, they're so beautiful, right? These like huge, large, colorful birds, they have inviting colors, like mixed colors, like red and blue, and then yellow and... So many of them are endangered, right?
Yeah, according to Google, many of them are endangered. I guess there's a lot of different species of them.
Yeah.
So some of them are endangered.
They're going down in like an alarming rate. So they're being protected, but like I said, the poachers. And the way to stop poachers is to stop the market for it. So many countries have those laws where they'll be like, no, we will not buy from poachers. And we know you're a poacher because you're selling illegal goods, right?
Yeah.
I don't like to call animals goods, but that's what trading is.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa. Like I know you don't like to go into pet shops, right, Frankie?
Yeah.
Even like puppy ones. Because
when I volunteered with the Japan Cat Network before. I mean, I was not a fan of pet shops anyway before this, like anywhere in the world. Because, like the animals that they can't sell are probably going to be euthanized.
Yes.
Oh, my stomach is growling.
I thought it was my stomach.
No, but at the Japan Cat Network, they told me that like in Japan, the animals at pet shops that are not sold will be gassed.
Isn't that like, they don't do those practices anymore because it's inhumane?
Yeah, I don't know. There was a very good video from, I think his name is Shogo. He's a Japanese man who lives in Kyoto, but he talks about a lot of social issues on his channel. So I think like it's really interesting and also good that a Japanese person themselves are talking about these issues, because if a foreign person says it, then it's like, you don't like it, go home.
Yeah, we often get that one.
Yeah, so this was coming from a Japanese man who lives in Kyoto. So he made a video about how Japan is like the country that puts down the most animals. Yeah, but
the empathy is
like going down a black hole, like talking about this.
Yeah, we don't.
This was supposed to be a funny episode. What happened?
No judgment. It's just like the empathy here for animals. It's a little bit lower than expected. Like animal rights aren't that prevalent.
Yeah, animal rights are not really a thing here.
I mean, we do bad things back home too in Florida. I think even Costa Rica is not perfect because
these are problems that they have everywhere in the world. But yeah, so of course Japan is not immune to these things. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
No more animal murder.
Yeah, no more animals in the rest of the submissions.
Yes.
Okay, somebody said, seeing drunk people falling onto the floor of the train and being carried off by train staff.
Yes. I mean, that's the good scenario, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's better than them being passed out on the street all night.
Yeah. At least they get taken to the police station where they get, like, put in the drunk tank. I don't know.
I didn't know they have that here. But, okay.
I think they do. I can't confirm this because I've never been there.
Okay.
It has not happened to me.
Yeah. It really surprised me. I mean, I don't really go out that much. I'm not I guess I'm a night owl because I like to be awake at night, but I'm just at home doing things. I don't really like go out like that. But it really shocked me in Tokyo. Oh. Because that's when I went out more.
Yes.
When I first moved to Japan. But just seeing drunk people passed out on the street or at the train station.
Shibuya.
Yeah.
I mean, they even have the Shibuya Meltdown Instagram.
Yeah, but I don't like that one because it's showing people without their consent.
They should at least censor their
positions.
face.
Yeah.
They don't even censor their face. Yeah. Which is a big no-no in Japan, by the way. So I don't know if this is run by Japanese people because it's in English.
Yeah, but I think people submit photos to the account.
That makes sense.
So it could be like anybody submitting photos. But yeah, there's a lot of drunk people passed out.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I think it was just my first time visiting. I was with my friends. And we're like, everybody, look, that person needs help. We should do something. And like, we should get them water or something. You know, like they need help. But actually, the best thing to do is just let it go. You'll be there all night, providing water to all the people that are passed out in the street.
Well, yeah, could do some volunteer work. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I have offered water to like a girl that looked really drunk on the street. Of course, you want to make sure that, like, if that, because unfortunately, you know, people will take advantage of women in those situations. So yeah, I was like, "Are you okay? Like, would you like some water?" And she was just like, "No, leave me alone." So you can't do anything at that point. Like,
yeah, in those situations, I wonder, where are their friends? What's going on?
Good question.
Nomikai gone wrong. But here I think Kyobashi is the place.
Yeah, or Namba.
Namba, yeah. Namba's pretty intense. Yeah. Tenma. Yeah. It's prevalent everywhere, not just Tokyo, you guys. Like,
yeah, I just used Tokyo because that's when I was going out more. Yeah.
And that's where you've seen the most people on the floor.
Yeah.
Because like even Fukuoka, I've seen it.
Yeah, but Tokyo has the most people, so of course it's going to have the most...
That makes sense.
Drunk people passed out on the street too.
Yeah. So everybody, don't worry if you come here.
Yeah. I mean, you can try offering them water, but if they say, no, leave me alone, then you can't really do anything.
You can help, but anyway, it's going to happen the next day. It's just different people.
Yeah.
It's the working culture, right? The nomikai culture.
Yeah. But that's another thing that would require a deep dive to really like get into it.
That's true.
Okay. Next one. So the adult toy section of Don Quixote having a curtain right next to the kids' toy section.
You know, I feel like I have seen kids peek. Because, you know, if you're a child and your mom is shopping at the cosmetics section.
Yeah. I mean, those sections are not guarded. It just has a little curtain that says, what is it, like 18 plus or adults or something like that?
Yep. I have seen a child like lift up the curtain a little bit, take a little peek. Like they won't go inside. They're good kids, but they're peeking. Oh, goodness.
Oh, my. Yeah. And like at the convenience store, too, there will be like booby magazines.
Yes.
Just right out in the open.
They're quite blatant about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My thing with that is that, you know, when I wear a tank top, it's a big deal, you know, because like I'm not even busty in America. Like I'm just really normal. But like if I wear a tank top, stop the presses. Stop the presses. Look at her in her little tank top with little strings. It's like everybody's looking like they never seen boobies before. But I'm like, you can go to any konbini. There's boobies.
True.
Conbini cult with boobies. So I sometimes feel uncomfortable wearing a tank top because they make such a big deal about it. It's like a big deal. I'm like, it's really not a big deal. And as somebody from Florida who's trying to escape the heat, like I love tank tops, but I have to give them up in certain situations.
Just wear like a flowy shirt.
Yeah.
So you can get a nice breeze.
Yeah, keep the peace.
Yeah.
Can't be disrupting the train lines.
Yeah.
With my tank top.
Yeah. Oh, this reminds me. There was one time somewhere in Osaka, me and one of my friends went into the adult section just to see what is in there.
What's all the hubbub?
And then there was a man who like followed us in there and was like, hey, do you guys want to go to a hotel with me?
What?
Like, no, go away.
Actually, I've seen a lot of harassment in Don Quixote. Like I saw this video. This girl was like just shopping around. This guy was following her and he was doing something that you shouldn't do at a store.
Ah, yeah, I think we might have talked about this on the podcast before. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, sometimes
just as a refresher, like she was just doing her normal shopping and some guy was following her around and like touching his private parts. Luckily I haven't experienced harassment to that level, but weird things do happen where people proposition you. Yeah. Like, so luckily the guy in Don Quixote left us alone. Okay, he understands what no means. Yes. I guess he thinks... He asked in like a few different ways. Like, oh, well, like how about we go drinking instead? And we're like, no. You already... I mean... So yeah, after like 3 questions, he left. I guess he thought like, because you guys went in there, it's like some freaks are going in here. There's some freaky girls. Somebody gonna match my freak? No. No, absolutely not. Donkey's not the place to catch a date. Or I'm sure it has happened before, but whatever they're trying to do there. Okay, you shot your shot and it didn't work, so move on. All these puns. Oh no. Okay. Ooh, okay. Somebody else said only in Japan you would find restaurant windows. They saw them in Shinjuku and Yokohama with signs that say Japanese only. Oh my. I have seen those. Especially like Golden Guy. Oh. So like they only want locals kind of thing. I think because it's such an old part of Tokyo. Yeah. And it's really old. Like a lot of stores there are pretty old. Mm-hmm. So they kind of want to maintain their clientele kind of situation. Yeah, where have you seen that? That makes sense. But yeah, sometimes it's just like no foreigners, no tourists, Japanese only. Yeah, I think that's a little bit extreme. Like maybe their menu is only in Japanese. They don't have a foreign language menu. So you could say like Japanese, I don't know. But even saying Japanese language only is also kind of discriminatory. I mean, we've been turned away from places before. Yeah. Because also, how do you distinguish who's a tourist, who's a resident? And like, just because you're a tourist, does that mean you shouldn't be allowed in that restaurant? And yeah. I want to tell people like what the reason is, but I think even we don't know. I think it's probably different every time. And like, if I saw that sign, I wouldn't be inclined to go in there and ask. Like, I don't feel welcomed. Yeah. So, they distant. My stomach growled. Yeah, mine is growling too. Oh no. Okay. Somebody else said, I bought a bottle in a bag made of paper and then a second plastic bag was put on it to keep the first one dry. If there's anything they love in Japan, it is packaging and bags. Unnecessary packaging, which really confuses me because like their recycling methods are so anal, like they're so strict. So yeah, but you know, reduce, reuse, recycle. Recycle is the last thing. First is reduce. You're creating more. Like I think I went shopping with my family and I was just shopping for myself if it wasn't like a gift. Yeah. Okay. And I bought like this jean set and she wrapped it up so nicely. Like she put like paper and then she put a plastic thing and then she put like a bag. Yeah. And then like another bag. Nice. Like they're so meticulous about it. It's good customer service. I don't even want to open this anymore. It's so nice. Yeah. It's a work of art now. You can't touch it.
my mom's like, what's going on? Why is it taking so long? I'm like, Mom, wait, let her cook. She's wrapping it. She's like, this is not a present.
Yeah. In a way, I love it.
It's a present for myself. Feels special, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
Feels like it's like kind of,
every customer is special.
like, I guess it's part of omotenashi to be wrapping things up like.
Yeah, it's just part of the customer service, I think. Because also if they don't do that, the shoppers will complain. Especially the elderly ones, they're going to complain.
Yeah, where's her
They gave
extra?
me a paper bag and it got wet. I needed to put a plastic one over it.
No, I appreciate the plastic bag on a rainy day. Especially if you got a paper bag. I appreciate that.
Oof. The pain you feel when your paper bag breaks.
It's happened. It's happened to me. And then I had to carry things in my hand like a savage. Just juggling my phone, and I forgot what I was carrying, but something.
Okay, the next one, I'm not really sure what they mean, but they said the changing rooms in stores, trying on jeans in Uniqlo was like an out-of-body experience.
Uniqlo.
I haven't been in a Uniqlo fitting room in a long time. What's going on in there?
I think it depends on the Uniqlo, because some of them can be tiny, some of them can be big. But I understand her, because one time I was in a Izumiya and...
Well, you gotta put on the face covering so your makeup doesn't get on the shirt.
Yeah, I like those. That's a good service. Come on, that's a good idea. But I went to Izumiya and I wanted to try something on, and the changing room was like one of those like room, like just like a box.
Oh, just like a, yeah.
And like, I'm not tall.
Just with a little curtain.
Yeah, I'm not tall, back home, but I guess my head was
You're tall here.
Yeah.
What are you, 170 centimeters?
Like 167.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm like...
Taller than average here.
I'm like trying to put my clothes on, and like I reach my arm up and like I hit the fan. And like I did this and I elbowed the wall. It was a disaster. So maybe that's what she means.
Okay.
I think it's a space issue.
Yeah.
It's so confined. Maybe they're claustrophobic.
Yeah, some of them are. Yeah.
Everybody heard when
I
I
hit the fan.
Yeah, and when
shit hit the fan.
Yeah. And when I banged my elbow on the wall. I never went there again.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding, I did.
Oh.
But I still don't like the changing room that's just a box.
Yeah.
You gotta take your shoes off too.
Yeah.
It's just fine. I'm fine with that part.
I like that part.
It's more clean. Especially when you're changing clothes. But yeah, I wonder what they meant.
Okay. Someone said, I think one of the weirdest things I saw was two people walking around with TVs on them advertising a business. Two people walking around with TVs. That's next level.
I don't think
There's
I've
usually
seen that.
tissues.
Yeah.
Yeah, people sometimes... it's usually like at train stations. So they get people going in or out of the train station and they hand you a pack of tissues. And on the pack of tissues, there'll be a little advertisement for something. So, I mean, free tissues. But walking around with TVs, I wonder how big they were.
Yeah, I'm like thinking of the logistics. Like, how did they keep it? Like, were they pushing the TV? Or like, was it
in a cart?
Yeah, like, was it in the wheels? Or like, was the TV attached to their body? Or like,
were they advertising the TV?
Yeah, I wish we had a picture for this, but
yeah, no picture this time.
They say that, but have you seen the trucks that have a giant screen on it?
Yeah.
And they're just advertising like a host club or like, and they even have music on it.
Oh yeah, the music ones.
Yeah.
When people release an album, they sometimes have a truck that goes around
with their like
just
pixelated
playing the album and stuff.
With their pixelated face on the screen, like.
Yeah. I like it.
When I first saw that, I was like, what's happening?
What's going on? But now I'm like, okay. Someone else said, a painted camper van driving in Ginza with multiple dogs in fancy dresses in the window.
Yes. I think dogs here are pampered more than we pamper ourselves.
Yeah. If you ever go to any photo spot, like seasonal flowers, you'll always see cute little doggies
Mhm.
in dresses and like fancy outfits.
Yes.
Like,
I mean,
they have better fashion than us.
yesterday I saw a toy poodle, like the chocolate one.
Yeah.
And it had matching little like pigtails.
So
A
cute.
matching dress and a skirt.
So
Like,
cute.
not dress, like top and skirt.
Yeah.
And like, she was just freshly groomed. So her little bottom was
She
like,
was ready.
yeah, all fluffy. So cute. But it's so common to see that here.
Yeah.
Every winter, like, I feel like it's a competition to see which dog has the cutest, like,
Winter coat?
Yeah. Who is wearing like the most like trendy winter fashion. Any dog.
Yeah.
And they're so tiny here, the dogs.
Yeah. You see more small dogs than big dogs because of
Tiny.
space.
Tiny chihuahuas. They're like trembling.
Yeah. But it's a lot of poodles.
The
A lot of toy poodles.
poodles are prevalent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they look the best in these dresses.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Slay. That's true. Shiba Inus are quite common too.
Yeah, but Shiba Inus, they're really stubborn, so I don't think they're as likely to be dressed up like that. They'll fight back.
They're hard to train,
Yeah.
from what I heard.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Someone said, not sure how common this is, but when we left a monjayaki place, the staff ran out after us and insisted on spraying us with Febreze.
Have you been chased down?
I've noticed sometimes at like, you know, restaurants where you grill stuff.
Mhm.
So like grill stuff at the table. Like yakiniku, okonomiyaki, monjayaki, all the yaki stuff.
Mhm.
They near the register they might have a bottle of Febreze if you want to just spray yourself. I've noticed that before, but I don't think I've had anyone chase me down.
Nobody was like, you need to spray right now.
Girl, you stink.
Before-
Let me spray you.
I mean, I've been to places where they really have like everything covered.
Mhm.
Like they have a special basket where you put your clothes and like a plastic covering.
Mhm.
So everything is protected. Because
Yeah.
the smell
But it
does
still
stick
gets
to
in
you.
your hair.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. Even
Yeah.
Febreze is not going to fix that.
Yeah, so you might want to plan your hair washing day around the restaurant.
But I have been chased down. Not
For what?
It's
What
not
did you do?
It's not what you guys think. Okay, I bought a coffee at Lawson and like I forgot my straw on the counter. I shit you not, like the lady ran out. I was like walking down the road and she's like, sumimasen, excuse me. And she's like, you forgot your straw. I'm like, did you just run here to give me a straw? You can't help but feel sorry at that point. Right?
Yeah.
Because it's my fault. I forgot the straw.
Yeah.
Like, I
If it was your wallet,
mean, I'm thinking,
that would make a lot of sense.
I would have tears in my eye if it was my wallet.
Yeah.
But the straw, oh my, but I think she did it because it was not busy in the store.
Mhm.
If she had a huge line, she's not going to chase me down.
That's true.
But oh my God, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
But it was a sweet gesture. But
Yeah. That's very nice of her.
yeah, I did need that straw, I guess. But I could have
Well,
just,
after that, you'd have to use the straw.
yeah, I guess I could have just drank from the cup, you know. But
Yeah.
she decided that I really needed that straw that day. So
Yeah.
it's appreciated.
Okay. All right. Somebody said they.
Oh my.
I like they put an emoji, the hiking boot emoji. When you consider yourself a decently fast walker, only to be overtaken by an elderly gentleman, making it look like they're on easy mode.
That's very common here.
Don't underestimate the elderly here.
Yes.
They're
So fit.
much more active than in the States.
Mhm.
Like my grandma, may she rest in peace.
Yes.
She was not taking her daily walks. She couldn't go hiking or anything like that. So it always like warms my heart to see the elderly people here being so active,
They're really out there in the parks and the shrines, anywhere really.
doing like the Nagio Taiso. I see that near my house pretty often.
I see it when
It's
I
so
go
sweet.
when I go with the kids. I see that, and then sometimes they have the full hiking gear. They have like the little stick. I don't know what that's called, and they have like all the
Hiking
hiking
stick?
stick.
I don't know.
the hat, the hiking boots, everything. hiking bag. They really go all out here. It's like a hobby, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, that's why people here live longer.
Mm-hmm.
They're more fit.
Yeah. Oh, our stomachs are just going.
We're going to eat falafel after this, so...
Yes, I think we're holding back because we really want to enjoy our dinner later, but...
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think the older people are here, like, more fit than I am. I feel like.
Yeah.
When I see them, I'm like, oh man, I should go hiking too.
Yeah, that really gives me inspiration. Like, I want to be that active when I'm older.
Yeah. You can clearly tell they're like 80 or like 70 years old. It's quite a difference. I'm like, oh, I gotta get my hiking on.
Yeah. Okay. The last one I have is, I guess this was posted on a sign inside of a building, but footage of a guy smoking illegally in outdoor stairs and dumping his cigarette butt. So they're shaming this guy too.
But people break the no smoking rules all the time. Like, you're not supposed to walk and smoke here, which actually annoys me.
Yeah, I don't like walking into smoke clouds.
Yeah. Like, I get enough of it in bars. Like, I go out more often than you. Mm-hmm. Like, I go to izakayas or I go to, like, bars. I don't like clubbing, but every time I go, somebody is always smoking.
Yeah. Yeah, you can smoke indoors in some places.
Yeah. And I don't like to eat while someone's smoking. So I have to stop eating.
Yeah, that's why I don't go to mini izakaya anymore. Because
it's rough.
And then you leave and then your hair smells like cigarettes.
I have to wash it so often because of it.
I got to air out my stuff on the balcony before I even put it in the washer.
Yeah. That's the thing though. When you get caught breaking a rule, like they're pretty like...
Yeah, the public shaming is pretty
intense
strong.
Yeah.
But I guess that's... I don't know. Is that what you need to do to keep order?
I mean, it's
There's one way to do it.
Is
it the best way? I have no idea, but it seems to work.
Yeah, I guess we do that too. Like we mentioned before with the shoplifting, like putting people's faces.
Yeah, but I don't know if that stops people. Maybe they won't go to that store anymore.
That's true.
Will they stop? Who knows?
I mean, they're really putting an effort here to stop people from smoking, right?
Oh, are they? I don't know. I haven't noticed.
I heard after the Olympics, like they made many zones like smoking free. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's why that happened, because people are not used to the smoking free areas anymore.
Yeah. Well, interesting.
That's right.
Okay, those are all the stories we have for today. I hope you found this as entertaining as we did. So, did you have a good time today on the podcast?
Yes. I love remembering all those instances where I felt like, wow, when will we experience this again? Only in Japan.
Yeah, only in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And next time Cheyenne will be back, but I hope you enjoyed this little bonus episode with Rosa.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.